Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we're going to be reviewing Sunbird's new Moon Temple Defender's uniform. And on the surface, this looks like a huge upgrade for Sunbird. He looks awesome aesthetically. He's got new skills on 3 and 4 that are basically instantly cancelable, and so you can combo into a 3-4-5 quite easily. And you have this brand new 6 skill that has more hits on it now, just like Blue Dragons. That all seems really good, Alex. So let's go. Let's jump into the review. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys here. We are going to do the review, but I haven't actually done any previous testing. So this will be sort of a blind react or a blind review. And the reason why I'm doing this for Sunbird is I want to give you my suspected results ahead of time, and then we can just see live how they fare, because I think it's unfair, pun intended, that Sunbird was released with this update. And the reason why I'm saying that is because on the one hand, every player is going to compare him to Kamala, to Miss Marvel. And no surprise here, he's not going to compete, right? And I think this is something that devs need to take into more consideration. Like, we always make these comparisons. We always make these value judgments as players. Like, is this character better or worse than this other character? So when you have a free-to-play speed hero with MCU Disney Plus connections, and you give her an amazing tier 3 and rework, that's awesome. I'm not saying they shouldn't have done that, but I'm saying they need to then look themselves in the mirror and be like, you know, be real here. Paywall speed hero, no MCU Disney Plus connections. Like, yeah, he looks really cool. As far as the looks, does he look cooler than Miss Marvel? Yeah, he does look cooler than Miss Marvel, but that's not enough, dog. The looks is not enough, right? So we know that offensively, there's almost a guarantee. Like, I'm betting right now he's way worse than Miss Marvel. Okay, so what about defensively, Alex? Alex, he revives his whole team. Okay, so here's where the other problem comes in. For PvP, and that's almost guaranteed to be his best game mode. And I know most of you now are groaning like, Alex, I don't care about PvP. I feel you. For those of you that do care about PvP, okay, that's probably where he's best used in. But there's a big but here. You're not going to use him by himself. So Sunbird falls into this extremely bizarre limbo hole of you're not going to build him for PvE because there's way better and way cheaper options. And if you're going to build him for PvP, you're going to have to build her, right? And okay, that's fine. You're probably, like, if you like one warrior of the sky, you probably like them all. But you don't just have to build her, my friend. You're going to have to probably get her to tier 4. Because at level 80, not sure if she can compete in PvP. So you see what I'm saying here? Sunbird is like one of the most expensive supports in the game by default, being a paywall support. But then they tripled down on that by making him a support for one of the most expensive tier 4s. Like, I don't understand. You know, it's like if they had released a bad uniform for Professor X. A bad summertime wheelchair uniform for Professor X. And yes, I did just make that joke. But anyways, if they had released this uniform and it was just a uniform to buff Storm, people would have been outraged. And it's exactly the same situation with Sunbird. So yeah, that's the little mini rant I wanted to go on. The build here is good enough for top 1500, which is honestly not that good. But again, I have very low expectations for this dog. Although I like him, I think the devs just did him dirty. He looks like this is looking like a Crescent 2.0 situation, except he has a bit more value than Crescent because he has the revive, but that's basically all he has. We have a stage 11 Power of Angry Hulk, no artifact, no custom gear. I'm just gonna skip all the BS with the custom gear, and we're gonna go right to a CTP of Judgment. I know, I'm pretty sure he's proc friendly, but again, you're not gonna use him with a proc obelisk. You're not, right? Because you're not, if you're the type of player that only has proc obelisks, you're not the type of player that's going to be building paywall support types. So there's just no question here. So we're going to jump right to a CTP of Judgment. We're going to see how good he is. And then if he's not, we're then going to see in PvP if he can help Blue Dragon with a level 80 build. Because that's honestly, I think, his only value, unfortunately. And it's kind of annoying because I think they wasted a character here. They wasted a really cool character. Like, Danny Ku's design is really nice. It's really unique, and the devs just didn't make him strong enough. Like, you got to make the character good enough to stand on their own for one game mode, right? It's the same thing they did to Colossus. Same thing. They completely negated any value the character had on their own, and they basically just said, you want to use Colossus? He's forever a support and nothing more. And that's just sad, man. For illustrative purposes, we're going to go to stage 45 of Null. He has Wave and White Fox lead / support. He also has a team up with Wave, so he's got a lot of buffs going for him here, and a CTP of Judgment to boot. And as you guys can see, no surprises here. He is struggling to do 2 to 3 bars with his Awakening skill rotation. And again, like I said, I don't understand what the idea was here with this character. I feel like they just completely dropped the ball, and it's like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that they did this guy so dirty, and I don't get it. Like, why would you waste Danny Koo's design? Why would you waste the opportunity? Like, it's not like Sunbird's appearing in all this media that he can be getting new uniforms left and right. It's not Captain America, right? With Captain America, you can goof off on a couple of uniforms. Spider-Man, same kind of thing, because you know they're going to be coming back. You know they're going to see the light of day again soon. But with this dude, he's not, right? Okay, you guys want to see? Okay, we missed the dodge there. All right, you want to know another irritating thing about this character? They made his heal on his second skill. Yo, that's not helpful, dog. That's not helpful. Now I have to use the second skill, right? You know what? He's probably not proc friendly because you have to use the second skill to heal, and you can see he gets hit a lot. So this is not even on proc. So he's probably not even proc friendly at all. Again, you're not going to build him for PvE. I know. I'm just trying to show you guys that in 2022, they're still making massive mistakes like this on characters, and I just don't understand at all. Right? Double support. He's got to team up with Wave, right? Warriors of the Seas. He's got the full White Fox support buffs. He's gonna die. This dude has revive, and he's gonna die. Right? Meanwhile, Kamala can do stage 60 of Mephisto. So this is 15 stages lower for a character released in the same update. She had an obelisk. He has a CTP. Make it make sense. Like, you stack them up next to each other, and there's no way. Right? I used Echo and White Fox. He has Wave and White Fox plus the team up for an extra 5% attack. There's like, it just doesn't make any sense. They did this man so dirty. There's no reason on this earth to build him for PvE with 25% pierce, with over 46,000 physical attack. He is stacked to the nines. I have enough physical attack on my cards, not to mention all attack. Like, there's just no way, right? 120 attack boost and the HP boost, and this man's dying? Borderline useless for PvE. Borderline useless for PvE. The only reason you would build this dude for PvE is if you were pushing stage 99 of some world boss legend with Blue Dragon tier 4, and you wanted him there as a support to revive her. But like, literally for PvE, I gotta say, and again, kudos to you, kudos to those of you that noticed this and were saying, you know, Alex, I didn't really need you to showcase that because we knew the reality. But that's not the reality, right? Like, the devs should not be making characters this poorly for PvE and have it be that obvious, right? So this is really something. Like, it almost took effort to make him this bad for PvE. 10% chain hit. What is 10% ignore dodge gonna do? All right, so we went ahead and re-rolled his uniform to be double HP and double dodge to give him as much defense as possible. We also changed his 4th gear option to dodge, so now he's capped on dodge with all the other relevant stats. We couldn't really give him more HP without giving him Odin's Blessings, which I'm not gonna do, so he's still at just under 90,000 HP, which is also quite low for PvP. His defense is also quite low. We are now in the top 500 because I went ahead and gave him a mighty CTP of destruction, again, for a PvP character. And here's the real kick in the pants, people. If it wasn't obvious enough that he was bad for PvE, what did they do to him for PvP? He doesn't have penetration on any of his skills. He doesn't have an iframe ignore skill or a counterattack skill. So it's like they didn't want to make him at all. They didn't want to make him for PvE, and they didn't want to make him for PvP. Because they didn't give him the tools to do either one of those things. Literally, the only thing this dude has is the revive. And I'm pretty confident in that. But anyways, let's check him out. We're going to take on an old meta team, J Reno. These are my live matches here, so I'm sacrificing my points. But basically, in order to do a Sunbird showcase, we're really just doing a Blue Dragon showcase. That's the reality here for PvP, because like I said, even if you're building him for PvP, which is the only logical game mode for him at this point, you're still relying on the much higher value of Blue Dragon to carry all of the weight for you. Yes, he lets her revive, which is very cool. There we have the reflect bug, which causes my team to get switched. I know I have the old uniform equipped for Colossus, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually increase his support value. Here we go. Sunbird kills himself in the first 10 seconds, in the first 5 seconds. Here we go. Wakes up, gets the 1 kill. Again, we have the old Warriors of the Sky cheese, and he's gone. Okay. Very cool. This is nice. This is nice. Let's go find another team. That was a bad team, by the way. That was Sentry. That was Sentry, Silver Surfer, and Dr. Doom. That not it was a bad team, but that's like an old meta team. That's not like a new meta team that has the ability to keep up with, like, you know, Thanos and Emma Frost and things like that. Honestly, Blue Dragon's doing way better. Like, she tanks Sentry for the first 15 seconds. She gets to where all her skills are off cooldown. Like, this is way more impressive. And yeah, you know, if you want to make her as good as possible, you then give her the Sunbird passive so that she has the revive. Okay, that was fun. Cool, very cool. All right, we're probably gonna get the kill on Emma, but maybe not. That was scarily close. Okay. Okay, we get knocked out of the counter skill. I'm sure if Blue Dragon doesn't kill her, that Sunbird can definitely take us home. Okay. So in this case, in this case, we literally only needed Sunbird for the revive. And this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, they could have done so much more with this character. All they did, that team, there's no way. All they did by releasing Sunbird was they continued to dilute the pool of available artifacts. And they just showcased, you know, that they're still capable of completely fumbling the bag here on new character reworks. And in 2022, after you guys having the game for 7 years, it's pretty disappointing. Like, look at that. He barely scratched Thanos. Barely scratched him. Popping the Awakening. He's got a Mighty Destruction for the penetration. He did 8,000 damage. Wow! He did 8,000 whole damage before getting Giga Clapped out of Eternity. Does this look like a character you want to buy a Biosub for? And then use a Mega Mythic uniform ticket on to build up? Right, sounds like a joke, doesn't it? Honestly, at this point, you're better off just using him as a support without the uniform. Because at this point, you're basically going to get the exact same results. If you already have Sunbird, you're going to get the exact same results. The only character that's worth anything here on this team is Blue Dragon. Right? And so it's like, again, once again, they found a way to take support type characters and completely shaft them, which is why I'm less excited for like Nick Fury tier 3 or Phil Coulson Transcendent, because they're probably just gonna screw these characters over anyways, right? Like, that's the reality. So yeah, I don't know. She's dead. She's dead, but she has a PvE build and she still managed to kill Doom twice. Here we go, guys. Sunbird, excuse me. Wow, actually doing better without the uniform. Wow, he's actually doing multiple hits. Yo, he killed Adam once. Yo. All right, jokes aside though, this whole review was a joke because we're reviewing a joke character because the devs sometimes like to be a joke. So, yeah, this is really this video is the ultimate example of the duality of man. Okay? Because you put these two characters side by side, Sunbird and Miss Marvel, and it's literally night and day. Miss Marvel, godly rework. Absolutely amazing, right? A-team material. Sunbird's rework, I can barely call it a rework. Garbage. Just the bottom of the barrel, no effort. I'm pretty sure if you put me in front of the computer and I reworked him, even having no experience at all with any of the programs and any of the software, I would be able to do a better job than whoever the hell did this shit. So yeah, don't buy this. Please don't buy this unless you're one of the very few with a tier 4 blue dragon for PvP, because otherwise it's an absolute L. Thanks for watching. Hope you're angry. Not too angry though. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.